Bible scholars, Lady Flora here. Welcome back to class. The weekly review for Matthew chapters 5 through 8. We will begin with Name That Chapter. I will give you a synopsis of something that happened in one of our lessons this week. You will tell me what chapter it happened in. Synopsis number 1. This chapter taught us to examine ourselves first before helping others by telling us to remove the beam from our eyes so that we may see clearly to help remove the mote from our neighbor's eyes. Also, not to cast pearls before the swine. What chapter did we find this information in? Was it chapter 5, 6, 7, or 8? Number 2. We learned the Beatitudes in this chapter. In this passage of Scripture, Jesus tells us who he calls blessed and why he called them blessed. We also received instructions of what to do when people persecute us and say all manner of evil against us falsely for his name's sake. We are not to become bitter and angry and try to get revenge. We are instructed to rejoice. What chapter did we find this information in? Was it chapter 5, 6, 7, or 8? Synopsis number 3. We see Jesus traveling through Capernaum, healing the sick in this passage of Scriptures. We saw him heal a leper. Then he had a centurion who came to him and asked for healing for his sick servant. The centurion's faith pleased Jesus. Jesus told him he would come. But the man said, "If you only speak the word, he will be healed." Jesus healed the servant for the centurion's great faith. This teaches us that we can believe for someone else to be healed. What chapter did we find this information in? Was it chapter 5, 6, 7, or 8? Synopsis number 4. Jesus teaches us to do things with a focus and attention to glorify him and not to be praised by the people. He teaches us to feed the hungry, give money to the poor, and do good to people who need it in secret. He teaches us not to pray just to be seen or with vain repetitions. He tells us that when we do that, it will be our only reward. We will not receive a reward for it in heaven. We also learn the very important lesson that if we do not forgive others, God will not forgive us. What chapter did we find this information in? Was it chapter 5, 6, 7, or 8? That concludes the Name That Chapter portion of our weekly review. We will now go into the true or false. Number 5. Jesus tells us not to worry about what we will eat, drink, or wear tomorrow. Is this true or false? Number 6, Jesus tells us to pray that he curse people who persecute you so he can avenge you. Is this true or false? Number 7, Jesus tells us not to give what is holy to the dogs. Is this true or false? Okay, we are moving on to the fill in the blank portion of the review. Number 8. Ye are the blank of the blank, but if the salt have lost his blank, wherewith shall it be salted? Number 9. But the men blank, saying, What blank of man is this, that even the winds and the blank obey him? Number 10. Which of you, by taking blank, can add one blank unto his blank? That concludes our weekly review for this week. When you have completed all of your assignments for the week, you can email them to us at admin@thedmwwjourney.com. That's ADMIN@thedmwwjourney.com. May God add a blessing to the readers, hearers, and doers of his word. Blessed learning be unto you. God bless.